I wasn't invited to my twin brother's wedding party. My twin brother Felix got engaged 6 months ago to Julia, his girlfriend of 3 years. We've always been incredibly close. Not identical twins, but people constantly mix us up. We did everything together growing up. Went to different colleges, but talked daily. I was genuinely excited when he found someone who made him happy. When he told me about the engagement over dinner at our favorite restaurant, I congratulated him and jokingly asked when I should start planning his bachelor party as his obvious choice for best man. He just laughed it off and said, "We'll see how things go." A month later, I brought up wedding party plans more seriously during our weekly coffee meetup. He seemed uncomfortable and said they were keeping it really small and would let me know once they figured everything out. I didn't push it because wedding planning can be incredibly stressful. 3 weeks ago, I was scrolling Instagram during my lunch break and saw photos from what clearly looked like his bachelor party. Felix and about 8 guys I didn't recognize at some trendy brewery downtown. I wasn't in any photos and definitely hadn't been invited. When I called him that evening to ask about it, he seemed flustered and said it was just a few guys from work and super last-minute planning. He promised we'd hang out soon to celebrate properly. That soon never happened. Yesterday, I was scrolling social media during my afternoon break when I saw professional wedding photos. Beautiful shots of Felix in a charcoal tux and Julia in an elegant white dress, surrounded by smiling family members and friends. The wedding had happened last weekend. 3 days ago, I had absolutely no idea. I wasn't just excluded from the wedding party. I wasn't even invited to the actual wedding. I found out my twin brother got married through Instagram posts from our cousins who were there, beaming in group family photos. My hands were literally shaking as I immediately called Felix. He answered on the 4th ring, sounding exactly like someone who'd been dreading this conversation. "Why didn't you tell me about your wedding?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Long pause. I could hear muffled voices in the background. "Look, we decided to keep it really intimate, just immediate family members." "I am immediate family. I'm literally your twin brother. You know what I mean. Parents, grandparents, her family. We didn't want any complications." "What complications? What did I ever do wrong?" Another pause. "Julia thinks you're way too involved in my life. She says you text me constantly and it makes her really uncomfortable. She wanted our wedding day to be about us starting fresh together, not about our past." I was completely stunned. "Too involved? We text maybe 3 times a week." She showed me screenshots. "You sent 47 messages just last month alone. That includes memes and funny videos. That's completely normal sibling communication." She doesn't see it that way at all. She thinks it's weird and unhealthy how close we still are as grown men. She said I had to choose between keeping peace with my new wife or dealing with your hurt feelings. The words hit like a physical punch. "And you chose her." "I chose my marriage." Julia said if you were there, she'd spend the entire day anxious and worried about how you judge every little detail or try to steal attention somehow. She worked incredibly hard planning this perfect wedding and deserved to actually enjoy her special day. I hung up immediately and called our mom, who answered with the most awkward, "Oh, honey," before I even spoke a word. "You knew about this," I said flatly. "Felix specifically asked us not to tell you." "I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I really wanted to, but he said it would just cause more family problems." "What problems exactly?" She told me Felix said I make snide comments about their relationship. Something about me calling Julia high maintenance at Christmas dinner. I vaguely remembered making one tiny offhand comment to mom about Julia being a bit demanding when she made Felix leave our family dinner early. That's seriously why I wasn't invited to my own brother's wedding. The whole thing is absolutely insane. Our entire family was there. My sister was even the maid of honor. Our cousin Brad was somehow a groomsman, even though we barely speak to him anymore. But somehow, I was the singular problem that needed to be eliminated. This feels like I just lost my twin brother to someone who wanted to erase me entirely from his life forever.